Have you seen that? That tongue thing? Like, I play along with it. So, yeah, I'm like, oh, I don't know. I've been seeing that around a lot, actually. And they're like, yeah, I don't know, it's kind of weird. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what it is. And I kind of played it off. I've done that with cab drivers before, where we were at an intersection and the tongue was in like a big wall. I asked the cab driver, I was like, excuse me, have you seen those around? I've seen that around a lot. And then the cab driver actually surprisingly was like, yeah, I've seen that around a lot. 2010 is when I came up with Mr. Tongue. I was always into graffiti. I was always doing graffiti since middle school. Gotten a lot of trouble. When I started, I didn't have too many styles. I didn't have a name, and then I started getting more into it and buying a lot more colors, and then actually investing my money into graffiti. So when I went to New York, I hit a point in my life where I was very, very lonely. Everything was dull. I was very down emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. So in all aspect of my life, I was very like in a negative zone. And when I looked at life, it seemed so dull and boring. It felt like, what's the point, you know? But I still needed to do some kind of hobby to release my stress. What I did was I actually found a paint marker. With that, I wanted to go like just drawing in the streets. But I didn't know what. I didn't want to like draw like little words here and there and it's kind of meaningless. And having a graffiti background, I wanted something that people could recognize me for. And one day I was sitting in my house looking out the window and I was like, what can I do to make the streets a little bit more attractive? I wanted people to enjoy life as they enjoy eating food. My tongue to represent me enjoying life. Without a tongue, you can't speak, like I said, and this is me speaking to the world using my tongue. You can't make love without a tongue, like I said, right? This is me making love to the world using my tongue. I was born in Seoul, but I never came back. I never visited after I left. I left when I was 8 Korean age, so around 6. So I left when I was 6 or 7, and then for about 16 years, I never came back. And when I finally came back, it was a culture shock. I didn't know anybody here. When I came out, it was just strictly my family. So I got a lot of chance to just observe the culture shock, like kind of like take it in. But the culture shock lasted about 8 months. So it was a long time. And then for about 3 months, I had no friends. Like I couldn't make friends. I wasn't going to school. I wasn't really working in I couldn't work in the beginning because I had to like register and all that just to be a citizen here. And I didn't want to work in the beginning, so that, and then my family was always working when I was here, when I first came, so I had nobody to really spend time with. My Korean wasn't that good when I first came. I thought it was good, but when I came out here, I realized that I was just another Korean American here, and that like I couldn't speak. I didn't know directions, didn't know bus system, transportation was extremely difficult. And it's simple now that I look back, but back then when I first came, it was so hard for me to just get adjusted to the society. The real culture shock happened when I went into the military. And you know, like I got the dog tag, like this is my actual one. I always wanted a dog tag necklace, but now that I actually went to the military, I can actually wear it like proudly. Like I wore this for 2 years. And that's when I really experienced culture shock. The way people think, the way people act, the way people joke even. I was treated like I was stupid in the beginning because I don't have an accent when I speak Korean because I was always speaking Korean to my parents since I was born. But I don't know the certain words. There's certain terms, certain phrases, slangs, things like that. So when people spoke to me, I couldn't understand, especially Korea is so small, but there's so many different accents in the countryside of all the different places that when I heard them talking, I couldn't understand what they were saying. And so they looked at me like I was stupid. Like, are you stupid? Like, are you mentally a little bit And I actually, the crazy part is, they actually come up to me and tell me this. Yeah, so when they tell me this, I kind of have to take it in because they're superiors, so I can't rebel, I can't act upon it, or I get punishment like physical punishment. So not getting hit, but like more like, you know, like push-ups or whatever, like putting my head on the ground, and doing push-ups like in that triangle shape. Like, there's a lot of stuff that we did, but so in the military, a lot of people viewed me as they just straight viewed me as an American, which something I wish I was, because it would be easier for me. I had like a whole identity crisis. I had an incident where I almost got in a fight in a bar, and these Korean American, my friends, tried to stop me, and they were like, they pulled me to the side and was like, hey, you shouldn't fight. You don't want to. Just hey, calm down. Like, you're gonna get deported, all this stuff. And I'm like, I'm Korean. Like, I'm Korean citizen. And they're like, oh really? Oh, then yeah, go ahead. Like, yo, if you want to fight, go ahead and fight, because you're not gonna get deported. So things like that. I definitely take it to my advantage. I don't. That doesn't mean I'm gonna go out and fight, but I don't have to be afraid of it. The direction I want to go in is just forward. That's it. I don't have because I don't know when an inspiration is gonna hit me. I don't know when. Oh my goodness, this is a great idea, but I don't know when that's gonna happen. And because of a certain direction I have, I don't want to limit my ideas, limit myself. This is the first time I ever crafted anything with wood, because this piece is called Burden. It's called Burden and it's on wood because Jesus carried all our burdens on the cross. So let me go over to Cross Lord puzzle. I did the 4 different colors because it represents the 4 different chambers in your heart. Pink is my favorite color. I don't know if you guys can tell. A lot of pinks. That's also why, I'm so glad that the tongue is actually pink. And we're all pink on the inside, right? The different religions that people have, I fully respect it. Whether you're Buddhist, Muslim, Catholic, just, there's so many religions in the world. I'm not hating on you for being a different religion. As much as they practice their religion, I'm practicing mine. I'm living it out. So, I just hope that people can respect me for what I'm doing. I have a lot of like dripping effects, like cream kind of, but it's supposed to represent kind of like saliva, and it looked like literally just liquid dripping off. But people see that and they see it very sexual with a tongue. And so I was just like, it's open interpretation, but Mr. Tongue didn't start to be a sexual thing. In the beginning, I was pretty loud about it, so I would just spray can bus stops. I was just literally plastering it everywhere. Now I kind of calmed down on that because I've been getting a lot more notice through the street, and people started talking, and a lot more people know that I do it. Before, maybe only 4 or 5 people knew, and I never really liked to disclose the fact that I did it. Now I'm proud of it. I don't think I should stay behind closed doors. I'm gonna it's me. Tell me if you like it, but tell me if you don't like it.